There we go. Do. Yeah. Is this the wrong one? Try now.
Sure.
I can't remember which one is you. That's
I think
you.
it's that one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's you. Okay. It looks like it's just going in quiet to the.
Now I can mumble confidently.
Check. There we go. That looks like it's going louder to the YouTube stream. Check. YouTube sound check. So I'm going to test simultaneously streaming. Could you say something to the mic really quick?
Yo. Check. Yeah. No.
Awesome. All right, that sounds awesome. YouTube live streaming is working suspiciously well. It's episode 25, right?
Sure thing, pal. If you say it is.
Putting this computer to work. Oh no, it's episode 24.
Uh-oh.
Let's see, that's good.
Everything's ruined.
My life is falling apart. Nothing else goes right.
Hey, everybody!
Yo, but that Daria, though. You remember Daria?
Remember Daria? That was like my favorite show.
Yo, dog, it's back on Hulu, son.
Oh, is it the old episodes or is it like new episodes on
No,
Hulu?
It's the original.
That's pretty cool, but I mean, I'd love some like fresh Daria though.
I know, but that's not happening, bro. So you gotta.
Well, not with that attitude. So, hey, everybody, we are doing our first live stream on YouTube for the first time ever. So you can hop on that as well as this Facebook stream, and you can see an alternate angle where I'm blocking Mallow entirely, it looks like.
No one cares about me, man.
Oh, I see. You're tucked in there.
Yeah, and I don't care if you guys don't care about me. So there you go. You have that for yourself. Put it in your little pocket. Take it home with you. Put it on a sandwich.
Sorry to just make a squealing noise at you, but I'm going to just make sure that this is all doing what she does, and then we'll officially start it. Thanks for your patience while the pre-show inaugurates.
Are we doing it? We're doing it cause
That's right. Okay, that's set to record. Gotta clear these clips. All right, everybody. I think it might be about to get that kind of real. Oh, man. It's always something. This part I forgot about. This isn't the most crucial thing. If this doesn't work, I'll just skip it. But come on, buddy.
yeah.
Come on, wake up. Yeah. All right.
Set up, everyone.
Believe in yourself. That's the lesson of the day. That's right. All right, welcome to the Gracie Talk Show.
Yeah.
So, it is that time. And you might be thinking, well, hey, you don't have this epic, life-changing guest like I've grown to expect from the last couple times. And listen, it's not about that. It's about quality content, and don't let faces fool you, because our humble mugs carry with them the news of a generation longing and yearning to be among the greatnesses. Them greatnesses. All right. On that note, we're climbing to the news. Were you able to get into the little newsy notes all right? Okay.
Yeah, it was taking me a minute, but
Oh, man. So in case you missed it, in case you're just tuning in now as we get the initial thing all settled and snuggled in, we, for the very first time, have a simulcast going on YouTube live right now, too. Coming from this angle, this is our very first foray into doing a YouTube live at the same time. Facebook, don't get mad, especially because I said the S word, simulcast. It's not a true simulcast from the same lens. It's a different angle. So hopefully that doesn't violate their fancy terms of service that we've treaded on delicately such in the past. Them terms of service, though.
Alex Jones was right.
Yeah. So, hey.
We just get shut down right away. Like,
yeah, just saying that.
Can't even mention Alex Jones.
No, yeah, it's like, especially on YouTube streaming, just mentioning his name.
Which was so strange to me because you were mentioning it was what? What's the
H3H3? Yeah, they spoke to an executive at YouTube before they even went live, letting them know, hey, we're going to talk about Alex Jones. Is that going to be all right? Keep an eye out for that. And they still got auto shut down and got a community strike.
Yeah.
And the community strike's gnarly. You can't go live at all with the community strike. So like during a commercial break, they had to get their buddy at YouTube on the phone. Be like, look what happened.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I'm sorry. This was totally a mistake. Giant formal apology by YouTube, and the strike was removed. But still, it's like, hey, can't we have like some foresight on this? Meanwhile, our stream's probably down now because I went there.
Right. No, but it was crazy because I saw like it was that same, or it was right after like Alex Jones was banned, and
yeah,
I think it was right around.
And that's what they're talking
time.
about, and it kind of proved him right, unfortunately.
But I saw like a ton of people make Facebook videos that had like clips of Alex Jones, and like no problem. And like why is there a difference between like some live cast discussing it and just people making like clip videos talking about Alex Jones too and not getting banned? Like, is it the ban against Alex Jones or
seriously,
his content or what? I don't know. Just very strange.
Very strange. Take a look at the notes real quick. I'm checking this because it seemed.
Oh, is it?
Oh, now it just says record. Oh, it's had a low network connection.
Yeah, I think that's part of the issue, but that's all right. They'll catch it later on the rerun. So, where to start, man? The U.S. Navy is creating a military slime.
Yeah, did you see anything on that?
I didn't. No, I haven't had a chance to like really dive into news because like work's been crazy. And when work gets crazy and you don't want to do anything when you get home from work. That's how my life is. So I don't.
It's real. It's real slime, like from the hagfish.
Ugh.
Yeah. Have you seen hagfish do their thing? It's this sea animal that's kind of like it reminds me.
It's like a tube thing, right?
Yeah, it's like a plastic bag full of water, but it's an animal.
Yeah, they look kind of like, I want to say like lampreys or something.
Kind of like sea cucumber. Yeah. Those fellas, they're good at producing a large amount of slime, like slime.
Mm-hmm.
And then the slime dissipates too. Because at first I saw this and was thinking, okay, militarized slime, we're going to end up with like large portions of the ocean become becoming
Catfish
useless.
slime. Yeah.
It's like, oh, I can walk on the Gulf of Mexico now. That back when we could.
Yo, we Jesus. We Jesus now.
But apparently, the slime dissipates safely. But a small amount of matter can dissipate in the water and form these chains molecularly and make straight up slime like Nickelodeon style
Yeah.
and render boats unable to travel.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So it's being looked at as a legit Navy weapon.
Wow. That's crazy.
Slime weapon.
I don't know. I don't just like trust the military when they're like, oh yeah, no, it'll totally be cool. The slime will dissipate and everything. That you ain't got to worry about it.
Yeah, right.
We got this.
It's just like an oil spill. It just goes away safely.
Yeah. I
Just
mean,
like oil spills
just
do.
like, oil spills happen, people start cleaning them up, and then you don't hear about them anymore. It totally resolved.
Yeah,
No.
all done, all fixed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Just like that.
Yep.
All right. So, everyone, once again, welcome. Congratulations. You've made it here safely. And we had some dips on the Facebook stream I was just playing with, but it looks like it's going to have it all recorded. It looks like it like records when it loses connection now. So apparently they have made some progress on the app. But regardless, we're making our first move on teasing the playing with YouTube too. So you can actually see an alternate angle on YouTube right now. Just look for the Greasy Conversation page and chat us up on there. I'm going to be watching the chat on the YouTube and also the comments on the video so that we can be more interactive with you than we have in the past. So we might not have a guest like last week, but we do have a different kind of guest. And that guest this week is you. You're the guest. Welcome. Welcome. So climb in.
Nice spin on that.
Comment up. There's 3 streams available. You can also catch us on radiovegas.rocks. It's probably why the internet wasn't happy about it for a second, because we're just like streaming at all the levels. Okay, that sound means that enough talking about slime that the Navy is using. But America's in more America's waterway news. More news about liquids. Apparently, America's waterways have a huge problem with contact lenses.
Yeah,
People are dumping their contact lenses. I mean, who flushes the are you flushing your contact lenses? Apparently, you should. I know it's a solid. I usually flush liquids and like gels and like poops, but contact lenses just seem like something you throw in the garbage. I guess you could flush it, but I mean, if you're one of those people that flushes Q-tips too, you're
also a terrible person.
Yeah, don't do that.
What is this like a new phenomenon where people just like flushing all kinds of stuff down the toilet? Like who
missed that part of their childhood where like they got in trouble for flushing solids that didn't go down?
Hey, this is for poop. And
it's not a trash can full of water.
Yeah. What the fuck is wrong with you people? I mean, I could see I've dropped some contact lenses like in the sink accidentally, like it slips off my finger and then I can't grab it or whatever.
And it goes down the sink.
Yeah.
And that's
I mean, that
accident.
happens. But like just flushing, what else are you flushing down the toilet? You goddamn degenerates.
Apparently, contact lenses are legit becoming a problem.
Like, I'm sure there's just like massive like balls of contact lenses. Well, there's nothing else people flush down, like,
microplastics and tons of plastics are just becoming those beads.
Yeah, because they just get like break down but don't actually like
And the issue with microplastics to where they've broken down to where even little fish are like inhaling them and stuff. It's like these hard
plankton
particles
and shit.
Yeah,
and it's fucking with algae, plankton, all kinds of stuff, man.
Like every size of little plastics are.
Oh man, it's terrible, guys. It's terrible. Stop flushing weird shit down the toilet, you goddamn freaks.
It also seems weird that like, okay, you can get paper plates that of course degrade because they're like wood, but you can also get plates that don't, like at the same time, and the pricing isn't that different. It seems like I'm talking like this is an easy choice, but I've multiple times bought foam plates by accident trying to buy paper ones.
No, really?
Because the packaging wasn't that clear, and I don't know, you shouldn't shop when you're hungry.
Like one plate and wash it after every use.
Yeah.
It's the way to go. That way you don't have to have like cabinets full of dishes. Who cares about dinner parties? Y'all bring your own fucking plates. You know what I'm saying? What's
That
all
would
this,
naturally be the best way to go. But like, you have to be someone that is willing to wash a dish afterwards, and that's just
totally
hard
hear where
to
you're
come
coming
to
from.
in this day and age.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Man,
And you can't justify running dishwasher for one plate
no.
and a fork, maybe a cup. No. All right.
You know,
so,
you wipe it down, and then what do you do with it? You don't want to put it back in the drawer wet. You don't want to waste counter space with a drying rack. You should just be able to rinse it off really good and then eat it. You should be able to dispose of the plate within your body. Low calorie too.
there was this company from India. They actually started making like edible silverware.
Uh-huh.
It's made out of like some kind of I don't know, like rice something, but they're like little spork type deals, and then you can just like break it off and have a little snack after your dinner.
Problem is spoiling your dinner with your tableware. Like that would ruin it.
Yeah, but you could either eat the fork also, or just like use this compost or something. Or at least it's not plastic.
All of our food should just be already shaped like the plate and the fork. Like you just unwrap the plate and the fork, you just eat that. You don't have to put any other food on it. Like spread peanut butter just right on the plate and just like dive in.
Y'all got any of them burger plates?
Just spread PB and J
That's
right on the plate. Break the plate in half and fold it. It's like a plate sandwich.
I totally want to get on the Soylent train where you just like make a big old
Like a pitcher of your food.
and just drink it all day. That's what I want. I don't want to eat anything. I don't want to clean anything. Fuck all that noise. Y'all are too fancy. Eating your food, man. It's like the future already. Let's let's go with the program. Like burgers.
What up, Cecil? Hollering in the comments.
Yo,
You
Cecil,
too can
dog.
get community too and holler in these too. Not only that though, Cecil gets extra points because he's totally quoting lyrics
Oh yeah.
of ours when we're a musical band, which we are sometimes also. That this is my song situation.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, you've been quotable, man. Kudos.
Sweet.
So keep that trucking, Cecil and the others. Feel welcome to double check the YouTube channel also and let us know how that's working because that's in prototype phase. We're prototypically having a broadcast going on YouTube at the same time, seeing how that goes because, longevity. How much can we just trust one platform with our endeavor, How much can I grab all of the hardware around this mic so that it makes extra sound superfluously?
You just gotta pet the microphone sometimes.
Yeah, I got it. I love that.
We're terrible.
Okay. Yeah, you guys know how it goes. You've been here before. The first 15 minutes is like when we start, when you make the foundation of the sandcastle. But nevertheless, I'm very pleased with how this broadcast has gone so far. I'm declaring.
How about this one? I kind of want to, because this is a topic that hits close to my heart. No amount of alcohol is good for your overall health, global study says.
Okay. This was hard to stomach. I'm glad we're diving into this now and giving it some like proper moment.
Yeah.
But apparently, it used to be quote unquote common knowledge that like a drink or two a day is no big deal.
Yeah. And I heard too that like a glass of wine was actually good for your heart health because of the grapes. There's some chemical in the grapes that's actually good for your heart health.
It seemed to me, maybe I misread something, that benefit in wine would also be available in like pomegranate juice.
Yeah.
Or anything with similar antioxidants as like a dark grapey kind of things. And then I thought, do you need the alcohol besides just like the head change? And it's one of those things where you're kind of rolling the dice. I first read this and was like, all right, so what am I subtracting from my life with each drink? as if it's that straightforward.
Mhm.
But no, it's more so like increasing the risks. So naturally, you're going to have people with a genetic predisposition to process alcohol better. Like they've been processing alcohol since the Viking days.
Mhm.
And those people are probably going to have a minimal increase to their risk of certain health factors. But still, like, you're rolling the dice and taking a risk. So what kind of snapped me out of like kind of over stressing this,
Mhm.
because on the other hand, of course, I've been trying to cut down on the alcohol consumption regardless.
Yeah.
And tame that down. But as far as complete abstinence, another person brought up the comparison of driving
Mhm.
to where there's no amount of driving that's completely risk-free either,
Yeah.
besides just not driving. But we still take that risk and try to drive responsibly.
Mhm.
And I like that comparison. You know, you can drive safer, but like in the end with alcohol, part of that safety is not hitting it so hard.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because I feel like you can make that argument about a lot of things. Like, I mean,
Living.
being alive is
Yeah.
like a risk to being alive.
Yeah.
So, walking down the street, anything can happen. No, I mean, I'm taking my chances. I don't give a shit.
Mm. But at
Look.
some point,
This party's beat anyway.
you go beyond the risk of increasing the likelihood of a problem to doing continual small damage.
Yeah.
And I felt like there's got to be night if I feel it the next morning. If the next morning there's a tad less sharpness from that, I lost something from that exchange.
Yeah.
Something gave back what it gave, took back what it gave a little bit.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I don't think anyone will change their behavior based on this study. I have a feeling that's the case.
What up, Jay? Commenting. Thank you for commenting too. We want to make this a comment-heavy episode. I want to push the comment situation harder than done ever pushed before. And then, of course, also reminder to check out our prototype feed at the Greasy Conversation channel on YouTube is the proper terminology. We're seeing how that's going. Might not be the best angle on YouTube. I'll tell you. It's kind of shouldery. It's kind of shoulder vision.
All angles are good angles, Ross.
That's a great attitude. If we're in the angle, it's a great angle.
Exactly. That's all you need.
But yeah, we've got that super chat thing and YouTube. Some shiny advantages to that fella that we'd love to have you guys give us a taste, community it up with us. Let us know how that works for you. Okay, so I don't have any more on that alcohol thing except like get figures.
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone kind of had that feeling since forever. You know, it's like one of those like unspoken things. Like,
I was
yeah,
fooling
we all-
myself on that though so effectively.
Yeah,
That's
and I think
definitely a
everyone
bubble
does.
pop. Yeah.
It's like a community fooling, just large scale community illusion engineering.
I like that.
Yeah, we all David Copperfielded each other. You know,
Copperfieldingly.
yeah, but we're all just gonna keep doing it. I mean, yeah, just don't be dumb. You know?
So to pull completely away from that.
Back. I'm gonna keep pulling it back.
So do you remember us talking about the Denisovans, which was another type of early human, separate from the Neanderthals and the Homo sapiens?
Mhm.
So since we were like kids in school and they talked about us evolving from Homo sapiens and them having some monkey ancestor and that riling up the creationists and all, while science was like, hey, we just got to figure more stuff out. Like, it's hard to find remains of all these people. There weren't a ton of people back in the day.
Yeah.
We weren't all over the earth then. But we've recently dug up a young girl from long enough ago that she has both Neanderthal DNA and Denisovan DNA,
Oh snap.
which is a huge trip because it's up until now we haven't found good like fossil representations of Denisovans
Mm-hmm.
aside from the evidence of their being three things that were prototypically us, yet had way more difference between them genetically. The differences between the three are much greater than the differences between any two races of human now.
Yeah. Well, 2 nationalities.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are way more genetically similar from even the two most different looking humans today than these separate species were. But they were close enough that they could blend in. And of course, the verdict's also out if we go behind the headline a little bit. Besides the headlines on this being, okay, this is the first combination of the two.
Mm-hmm.
This person might have actually just had a blend of the two genomes from generations before. They could have been an offspring of people that blended
like
previously
crossbred with Neanderthals.
Yes, so these Denisovans could have crossbred with Neanderthals kind of a few times to make this one individual. And there's full-on Neanderthals and Denisovans like in the area. But to link that together and show kind of more of the story of the progress, like the slow changes and genetic things that happened between something that was like a big rat or like a shrew on through the primates that we're more familiar with, and then on to branching off to human stuff and like what was there before. And that prototypical primate before us wouldn't look like a straight up orangutan or something familiar to us either.
Yeah.
Is this whole progress thing. So
yeah, no, it's always like filling the gaps. Like there was an episode of Futurama where that was like a main theme when they were talking about evolution, and someone was like contesting it and be like, they've never found the missing link. And the professor like goes down. He's like, well, they found this one. And he's like, but there was no link between that one and the earliest known. And he's like, they found this one. It just keeps going and going and going.
Yeah.
There's like thousands of examples. And he's like, but you didn't find that last missing link. And it's like, you could always do that. And just like, but there's a lot more evidence for that type of stuff than just that.
That was such an easy thing to get hung up on before realizing that there's like a ton of links. You're never going to find the one link because there's never one point where some heavenly finger stepped in there and just switched the genome suddenly.
Yeah, and it's kind of a misrepresentation of the concept too, because like life isn't like straight lines. It's like a web that, spreads out through different species, and different species branch off and create variation and eventually develop into another species.
For sure. There wasn't just like one Neanderthal Adam and one Homo sapien Eve.
Yeah.
And there's tons of people who have no Neanderthal in their genome at all. Like most people.
Yeah, it's pretty rare. Yeah.
It's just for being something that's relatively rare, there's a shit ton of people still that have Neanderthal DNA. And some a large amount of it.
Yeah.
And you can see them throwing rocks outside the Carl's Jr. No, for all we know, the Neanderthals were like smarter. We don't know.
I think they were just slower.
They might have been faster, and they might have been like nicer. For all we know, the Homo sapiens were like dumber and meaner, and they just wiped them out.
No, I think one of the reasons that Homo sapiens, and I'll have to do more research, but
You're probably
to
right.
like back up my comment here, but is that Homo sapiens were faster, so they could track prey better, and were just better at surviving in general. Because they could hunt better.
Yeah. Especially what we've learned about, I forgot the term, but hunting prey by wearing it out.
Yeah.
Just running close
Just
to as
chasing
fast as the prey. Yeah, until it finally couldn't run anymore, and you could still run. You could just walk up and stab it. Yeah.
Totally. That's a move.
Didn't realize, even with all of the people that run for sport and how common that is, anywhere you go, people running around doing that running thing, that's so significant that we would have a one-up on that over like deer. Like I didn't realize we could run longer than deer. Like we could tucker a deer out. Like you could take Casey Neistat and like a deer, and like Casey Neistat will keep running when the deer is like all pooped. That just blows my mind.
Right? Yeah.
Yeah. What if he's part deer?
Poop deer.
Casey Neistat, in his genome, we've discovered deer genes, it turns out.
Yeah.
23 and me.
Oh man, I love it.
All right, folks, climbing in.
Something. Oh, this has been pretty crazy. Hella prisoners are going on strike nationwide.
Yeah, and more human-related news, which is as you know, a part of me feels a little scared by. I'm like, I want to say that's like a little scary, and it's not at all what I realized that was going to come out as. That like I'd be afraid of the prisoners. I'm afraid for them because we jail exponentially more people than the next highest jailing country. So if you look at like South American Civil War hellholes, cramming their prisons full of political dissidents, and we still put 10 times that many people in jail.
Mm-hmm.
Per capita, no country comes close to us. I believe it's by a factor of 8 or 10. But you can like double check me on that because I know it's huge. And we jail people that get talk therapy and drug treatments in any other country. People that get help getting their lives together.
Right.
Just if they're lucky to get on some fringe program that's underfunded and like a local city thing without any help from the freaking national government, you might have some chance on probation with a mark on your record, unable to get any actual job, to have some kind of rehabilitation for the things that people get in jail for. And the biggest issue that they are protesting with the strike is forced labor.
Yeah.
And a clause in the Constitution that can subject them to indentured servitude, which is basically slavery. It's a totally fancy term
What they pay them
for
like
legal slavery.
like 9 cents an hour or some bullshit.
Sometimes as much as $1 or $2 per hour.
I don't think it's like 9 cents, but it's not very much.
And yeah, some of these programs are voluntary, but some aren't. And sometimes voluntary isn't cut and dry. Sometimes, oh, you can volunteer to do this, or it's to the hole with you. You can also volunteer not to do this and be in a dark room for 72 hours with no light and in like 4 feet square concrete box.
Yeah.
Or you can go.
This is what happens to those who don't volunteer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So these kinds of injustices are just another thing in this corporate prison system we have that's like imprison people for profit.
That is the most insane thing to me. And I don't know why like it's not alarming to a lot of other people, because you have these companies that profit off putting people in prison. They also lobby the government to get laws passed. So what if you get like a fully corrupt government and they just make laws like outlawing all some bullshit? I mean, like weed's legal in I don't know, almost half the states now. I mean, it's at least 2/3. It's got to be. But we're still like arresting people for weed like everywhere else, you know. And it like in all the states that it's been legalized, it's actually highly beneficial. Turns out, and all the doomsayers were wrong, like they always are.
Yeah, people still sitting in jail for weed crimes. At this time.
It's insane. But like, our justice system is totally backwards because it like the little guys get put them in jail, and just once you go to jail for any amount of time, I mean, you're pretty much fucked. Especially if you get like a felony. I mean, you're screwed.
Yeah, even like getting pulled over for something minor, you could be treated totally different by what's on your record.
Yeah, right. But then you look at like white collar crimes go hella unpunished, or just like, I mean, which is insane. And I think that'll start coming to a head too. Or hopefully like a light will be shown on that a little bit more. Like Paul Manafort, Trump's campaign chair.
You took the segue right out of my mouth.
Yeah.
My mouth tip of the tongue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a feeling it was going there.
Years in prison.
Yeah, but he, what was it? Was it like 16 charges, but he only got guilty on 8 of them?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so half of them, and that was because one lone juror, you know.
So a lot of Trump court folks are likely to point out that the things that Manafort was convicted on are all older things, and the fresher, stickier stuff that's more Trumply were the things that were thrown out. but that has nothing to do with Cohen.
Yeah, and also Manafort has another trial.
Yep, that's the thing. The things that got thrown on in this trial might totally. It's a civil trial, is that right? Am I crazy?
Yeah, it's for other charges.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a completely different set of charges, which I think that'll be the one where, because this was for a lot of the financial stuff, his like tax fraud, and there was all kinds of shady shit that came up in there. But the next one I think will be for like the conspiracy charges and all that shit. So yeah, he has a whole nother trial coming up, folks.
Yeah, so that's not a good look. Just before that hit, there was the adamant warning that these next 2 weeks from that point would determine a lot of what this presidency would be about. Possibly the two most pivotal weeks in this entire presidency, and possibly in the presidency as a concept so far. Certainly, for sure, the most drama in the seat of the presidency and for the concept of a president, of an American president, since Watergate, for sure.
Yeah.
This is so much more scandalous, and there's so many more illegal elements to this than anything any previous president has done besides Nixon time, and not as much him specifically doing as the whole pool, the whole concept of the presidency. At this point, there are 5 people in Trump's direct circle that are now felons.
Yeah,
that will go to prison with felonies that directly assisted him in his presidency and or his election.
Yeah.
They were like part of the system, like leaders of it. Manafort.
Yeah, like Manafort was the campaign chair for a couple months. And then Rick Gates was the deputy chair of the campaign. And he also testified against Manafort in the recent case.
Yeah. These are juicy. So Manafort, former chairman of Trump's presidential campaign, convicted. Michael Cohen. We'll talk more about him in a second, because he's an exciting one, because he took that plea situation.
Yeah, plea deal, yeah.
And we don't know what he's going to reveal, but what he's revealed already is so damning.
Pretty juicy, yeah.
Yeah, hella juicy. So it's easy to like distract from the Cohen juice coming with the Manafort acquittals.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, sure. All right. But then, yeah, like you said, Rick Gates is number 3. And then Michael Flynn lied to FBI about conversations with Russia's ambassador to the U.S., pled guilty, national security advisor. And then, of course, George Papadopoulos.
Oh, yeah, good old Papadoupoli.
Former Trump campaign foreign policy advisor, also lying to the FBI about conversations with people working on behalf of Russia. Basically, it's all people that lied about interacting with Russia. Why was there so much interaction with Russia to make this presidency occur?
Yeah, no.
How could you not ask that question at this point?
Yeah, and then like
and like lying about the Russia time too. Not even like talking to Russia about like, I don't know, hotel land purchasing that should be a conflict of interest is like innocent enough. But no, it's none of that even. Yeah,
no. And it's been constant like goalpost moving too. I don't know if anyone remembers, but and even with like the Cohen revolves around these like payments supposedly made to like Stormy Daniels and another Playboy playmate before the election to like, shut them up. And then at first it was like, oh, well, Michael Cohen knew about the payments. Trump didn't. Trump maybe knew about them. He heard about them after they happened. Then Giuliani becomes Trump's lawyer, and he's a fucking disaster. And like he just is all over the place, man.
He's just said damning stuff about
all the time.
Yeah, like unprompted even.
Yeah, like that's like one of my favorite memes.
It's like, whose side is Giuliani really on? Is there more than one Giuliani in there?
Right. Like it's one of my favorite memes someone made was just like Giuliani and he was about to get on a plane, and it's he's standing around. There's some like Secret Service guys there or something, and he's like yelling at him because the plane's really loud. And someone just put the caption, "Are you the guys I tell about all the crimes?" And that's what he's like. He just goes on there. He's like, "Oh, yeah, everyone did all this illegal shit, but is it really illegal? I mean, like he literally just said about Manafort. He's like, it's a white collar crime. Like, who's suffering? The American public?
Yes.
And I'm like, yeah, very much so.
That's correct.
He's like swindling money from, just
Maybe it's not
taking
your
money out
money,
of circulation.
Giuliani,
Yeah.
if you're like not paying taxes.
Yeah.
But us, if they're like paying for his fucking yachts instead of our roads.
Right.
When meanwhile, okay, I'll give it that there are some industrialized nations that pay higher taxes than us.
Mm-hmm.
But those are probably nations where the majority of the roads have been fixed in the last 10 years.
Right. Yeah. And like everyone has healthcare and they don't have to pay like insurance, like radical insurance premiums.
Yeah. Because
a number of other things.
It tickles my old heart pipes thinking back to what Trump said about the nation's infrastructure and what a goal he made that seem like that was going to be.
Oh, yeah. There have been like 3 infrastructure weeks, I think, since he became president. And like nothing ever happened. It was like as soon as some bad press started happening, guess what? It's infrastructure week. And then, the banner drops down, confetti, and everyone's busting out the champagne. I mean, that didn't really happen, but you get the idea.
There's a lot of infrastructure getting built in Las Vegas that's national, like national highway system stuff. There's a lot of freeway stuff getting done. That's really neat. But I mean, the kind of help for the towns and the suburbs and the parts of the city where it's like pothole time, or in our case, there's a lot of lines missing from the roads.
Yeah.
There's a lot of intersections where one side of the intersection doesn't line up perfectly with the other side. And also it's on a hill. So you don't even see where you meet the other side until you crest the hill.
Mm-hmm.
And there's no lines to show which lane you're in. You just kind of almost drift into the next person and people honk at each other.
You just have to hope.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
It's ridiculous. It's freaking stressful.
Or even what's worse than that was like bridges. Like
bridges falling down.
Like
in Italy.
Bridges just in disrepair. Like, man. Craziness.
I really hope the new freeway time coming together in the Spaghetti Bowl is going to include the parts of the 95 south from the Spaghetti Bowl where you like gallop, where it's like between each span that just dips.
Yeah.
So you're just like galloping over these spans.
Yeah.
It makes me wonder, like, okay, how far do these spans dip between the pillars before they just like touch the ground?
Right.
Could I like go under this section of the freeway and like hit the roof of my car on the bottom of the freeway? How much can this sag down?
Yeah, right.
It just seems like, how is this going to stay like this before it just finishes falling down?
Man.
We drive on that like every day. Semi-trucks full of cement drive on that shit.
Infrastructure.
What is going on? Can't we jack that up a little bit? Can we like tighten a bolt somewhere on that shit?
Yeah.
It's been like that since we moved here like 12 years ago.
Yeah, it's
catching air, just driving on the freeway at like
crazy.
70.
But we can start a whole new space force.
Yeah,
we can give like
got that space force
massive
money,
tax breaks. Infrastructure will fix itself. It's just being lazy right now.
Yeah, that self-fixing infrastructure for sure. It's just more people have to die. That's the problem. Not enough Americans are dying from stuff. If people are just like hurt badly or inconvenienced, it doesn't get anything done.
I honestly don't think like that's a big enough reason. Well, I mean, I think personally it would be, but for the people in charge of those decisions, I don't think that's nearly enough.
Yeah, personally, that seems like plenty. Yeah, but like it seems for the real decision makers at play, it's got to be like an elementary school or something that like gets destroyed.
But the thing is, like, you don't ever have to like take responsibility for any of that, or like maybe some of the things maybe some of the laws I voted to pass didn't contribute. Thoughts and prayers, man. Thoughts and prayers. The Lord works in mysterious ways, man. I mean, it's not evil to just let kids die. It's not. He had a plan, all right, guys. You're just too stupid to know what it is.
Yeah, trust the plan. Like Jeff Sessions just trusts. Oh man, that's a fun conflict to feel inside of how deeply and powerfully I hate Jeff Sessions and everything he stands for.
Yeah.
And it goes, it's already more nuanced than just blind hate. Because I think it's not as simple as he's evil and I hate him because he has these evil intents. I think that it's more selfish and completely incapable of growth and seeing other people's perspectives. And it's this type of evil where, okay, like me and my people and me that believe and need these things are this way. Like, oh, because, and I'm not saying Jeff Sessions is a Scientologist, but just the idea that like, oh, I can use Scientology and not need these medications that other people need to live, that these people don't need these medications then.
Yeah, right. Like psychiatry is evil. It lets the negatons in. Or whatever.
Yeah.
What are they called? Thetans?
Yeah, Thetans.
Thetans, yeah. Those evil alien spirits that are messing up your life, folks.
I thought they were good. I thought you like wanted hella Thetans.
No, I thought that. I think they were good.
I don't know.
But they're no. See, all right, about to break off some Scientology knowledge on y'all.
Beautiful.
All right, so no, they were just normal alien folks way back in the day, billions of years ago.
That's right.
All right, living it up, partying on their home planet, and then the evil Lord Xenu arrived in his fleet of 747 ships that aren't 747s, and then he imprisoned them all in magic ice and dropped them on Earth in volcanoes, and their spirits roam the planet to these days. And so over the period of being imprisoned, they got really depressed, and that's what's responsible for your depression.
If you got too many of those living in you.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds like a metaphor for sugar. You guys, sugar.
We've been wrong.
It's in everywhere. You're like, why is this bread have sugar in it? Ah.
Right? Yeah.
This hot dog's full of sugar. What's going on? It's so frustrating.
New sugar dogs.
Oh, man, I just want some fruit juice that's like sugar drink.
Yeah.
Ah.
Made with real fruit juice, like on the back, 1%.
Yeah.
Like, oh, yeah. Okay.
1% real
Thanks,
fruit.
guys.
The rest of but now it's pure real sugar instead of high fructose corn syrup. But it's like the same molecules coming on because it's sugar and yup. Come on now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's going to be a point in the future where they're just going to look back on this period and be like, yo, these motherfuckers were crazy putting sugar in anything. They know how bad that is for you? It's terrible for you.
Yeah, it looks like that now.
Right?
It's embarrassing.
Yeah, it kind of is.
So back to my complicated feelings about old
Yes.
Sessions, because I love characters that are more nuanced than just good or evil. And he's now in this like moral high ground situation of being so holier than thou and high and mighty. And now he's trying to be Republican still. And already recused himself from this Trump stuff. And now this guy that he's tried everything to be like cool with,
Mhm.
Trump, because he has to share a party with him when they're morally antithesis of each other.
Yeah.
And I hate where both of their morals are. One's completely Trump is on the opposite side of Sessions morally in a way that I equally despise.
Yeah.
But the complete opposite. Okay, so he's trying to reconcile himself with that and not talk shit back on Trump now that Trump's completely like calling him an idiot. It's not doing anything. Like, oh, he just never took control of the thing that I put him in charge of, even though he hooked Trump up by recusing himself. It also set him up so he wouldn't have to lie to say things negative about Trump or whatever. It's like really the classiest cop-out he could have done.
Yeah, but I don't think Trump wants that. Trump wants someone
Nope.
who will do what he says.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Sessions is like, you could just see in his face what a tailspin he's in.
oh,
Like,
yeah.
what am I supposed to do?
Well, I wonder if like all these people thought like they're gonna be on Easy Street when all this happens, like after the election, and then it's just been like
Yeah, we got this slacker president. I can do what I
it's
want for
been
the
like
cozy time.
never-ending shitstorm.
Totally. No way for him to like not make you look bad.
Oh yeah, no, but I think like on like Jeff Sessions, it's definitely got to be about like self-preservation.
Yeah, he's like, I've done everything I can to advance the president's goals in this and do what the president wanted with the Secret Service and what's best for religions and other crap that is also worthless that I'm also standing for that you guys know me to do. Come on now, let's go. It's Jeff, bro. Come on, Keebler Elf's on your side. What you doing? What turning on the Keebler Elf? What you doing?
Yeah, like wasn't there a religious freedom task force? They started up recently, like in the last 2 months or something, which is like insane to me, man.
But we can't have like a medical health truth task force.
No, it's like, first of all, everyone has as much religious freedom as you need, right? Because you're free to practice your religion. You can talk to other people about it. You can even go to church. I dare say, like, you probably can't even get elected president unless you claim you're some sort of Christian, right? Have we ever had an atheist president? Or like there was an avowed atheist? Yeah, they've all been like Christian or Catholic.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, we're very much like or I would say Christianity kind of like is in a forefront of our culture in America, or it's not hidden, certainly.
No.
You know, but like when you take it to mean like my religious freedom means that I should be able to force people to abide by what I think is right. Like, no, that's not religious freedom anymore. Like,
yeah, especially when religious doctrine takes precedence over medical science.
Yeah.
Is the thing that I find the most evil about Jeff Sessions is that his priorities are such that he cares more about his standing with a God that does nothing but echo his subconscious in some either insane or diabolical payola way.
Right.
Either he's got so much big medical money that he has got a vested interest in opiate addiction over and big ticket cancer pharma where it's like $10, $20, $100 a pill for nausea treatments that don't work as well as just having some weed.
Yeah.
Or even Marinol or commercial derivatives of weed that he could also be in bed with too, but isn't. So whatever big pharma sides he's on, or even if that's not the case, it's just what his pastor freaking says about archaic bloodletting medicine.
Yeah. No, yeah, it's crazy. And there's still a few stories that like pop up of like parents who won't take their kid to get like medical attention and they just pray instead and then the child dies. Like how many of those stories do you have to like read before you start to think maybe the prayer isn't doing so good on this?
Yeah. At least compromise when I can't fathom him taking such a hard line on marijuana specifically without there being some kind of pharma interest. Like,
yeah, it's got to be
some kind of GlaxoSmithKline up in the golf course with him.
Yeah, I would imagine so. I mean, it is what makes sense. Like money. Like there was that study done, I want to say by like MIT or Harvard, that basically said like public opinion is responsible for jack shit when it comes to policy.
Tragically. Well, I would venture to say there's a ray of hope in that public opinion, when it leads to voting with dollars, when it leads to boycotts of products or changes in product design or what a product is made out of, materials. I wonder if there's like a sweet spot where a little bit of alcohol and I'd come up with words better. Because I know there's obviously a point to which I drink before this podcast and I do not think of any thought in a superior way from it.
Yeah.
But I'm having some words not come to me that I'm like, man, is that word tied to some alcohol receptor somewhere up there that like I could have at least had that word if I had like maybe like half a tolly.
Yeah,
struggling kids. I'm growing slowly.
Hold on. Who the hell can drink half a tolly?
I know.
You know, you say that. Like I just
you can't even buy that quantity.
Hey, listen, neither one of us has the discipline to stay in the pocket. All right? We just don't. It's a fact of life.
Guys, the pocket. The dream of the pocket.
Right? It's only for those who are truly in touch with the liquor.
Oh man, because when you're in that pocket, you're like,
oh man,
it's the pocket.
Yeah, I'm in the pocket.
But man, it takes constant adjustment to that little pocket.
You got to really manage your intake.
Man,
all it takes is like one slip up, you know, and someone's like shots, and you're like, oh well, I'm in the pocket.
Yeah,
but that sounds like a good idea.
Couple nips over the pocket, and I'm sacrificing broadcast integrity. Can't have that.
No.
Speaking of broadcast integrity, y'all comment away. We had some toes dipped in the comment extravaganza. Thank you so much. What up, Satan? Hella commenting it. # bleed to believe. Jay's shouting out, booze is good. K. And I should.
He's not wrong.
Yeah.
He's not wrong.
Said
it's good, just not good for you.
he
Depends.
spelled it particularly like the K, like that South Park character.
Oh yeah, got a big head guy.
Yes. Yo, the pocket. Shout out from Satan. It just occurred to me that there's more comments in here than I realized. That's just showing the most recent ones. So slight winning. Yeah. All right, dude. Thanks a ton, Satan. Hey, you guys, if anyone has got a touch of Frisk, sorry to throw down an ad for this one more time, but we're testing out the YouTube channel, Greasy Conversation, the channel on YouTube. We're live on that too at a different angle. Maybe you could peep in, comment on there, and let us know if the sound is a different volume or quality, or compare tonal characteristics. Let me know if you can see more pixels on one or the other. Count the pixels for us. Ooh, sounds like I'm emphasizing things like a weird person, but really I'm putting my words around a burp. There's a burp that I'm just like shoving the words around it. You guys know what that sound means. Well, you shouldn't know because I haven't determined what it means. You're lying to yourself. You're not accurate.
Yeah, you guys just jumping in pretending you know everything. That's why your life's all out of order right now. Right? Trust me, I know. It happened to me. Here I am.
Yeah, and then what?
I still haven't figured it out.
Booze pockets. Trademark. That gets a stinger. Thanks, Jay.
Booze pockets.
Booze pockets.
Oh, I wanted, while scrolling through the notes of last week, I know we didn't get to a lot of stuff, even though it was a great episode. But, Aretha Franklin passed last week sometime. Yeah. But
bless her heart.
What happened that was extremely funny regarding this is that Fox News ran a segment that was like a memorial of Aretha Franklin, but they used a picture of Patti LaBelle.
Oh.
And then so there's all these. Then of course the memes start, and it's just like, in memoriam of someone with a picture of someone totally unrelated. Those just keep popping up, like it's in memoriam of Prince, and it's like Denzel Washington or something. Shit like that. It's great. You can't even Google a picture of Aretha Franklin. Like what the?
Oh man.
Yo, you guys need to step up your game.
Shout out to that history book that had Yoda in it. The same thing happened. This was actually in Saudi Arabia. They had a history book that was published where someone had photoshopped Yoda into this picture of this historic signing of a peace treaty, and the publishers of the book didn't notice that they grabbed the wrong version of the image.
Oh snap!
Clearly just plagiarized it off the web to make this book. Yeah.
And so there's a bunch of school kids that think Yoda was like a historical figure.
Like a generation.
So then
that slipped past.
Yeah. So then much like nations are wont to do and make up their own history, like Yoda is an actual historical figure for them. That's awesome.
Oh man.
We should do that. As much as we've made up a lot of American history that we teach school kids that isn't remotely accurate.
Oh yeah, all the history about Edison, for example.
Yeah.
Edison invented all of these things that he had a giant floor of people invent for him.
Yeah. or like Christopher Columbus or any of that shit, know? And it's it's mostly just extremely inaccurate.
Yeah, patents that Edison bought from people. It was in my freaking history books as a kid that he invented things.
Yeah.
That he had nothing to do with their creation besides marketing them later.
Yeah. But since we make up all that history, let's do a better job. Let's at least make it more interesting. And just be like, guess what, kids? Dragons were fucking real. And if you don't do your homework, they're gonna get you. All right? Do your fucking homework, kids.
Yeah. We need
something.
We need more incredulous youngsters.
Yeah.
And if it takes more Santa Clauses and more lies, more holy ghosts to get them questioning things.
Gotta crush your dreams, kids.
Yeah.
It's a process we all gotta go through.
We should just make the most difficult religion with a ridiculous amount of dogma, things you have to memorize.
Oh God.
It's just,
I would love it.
I think it's Star Wars. I think it's just Star Wars is all you need.
But the great thing about it is that like it would be just like any other religion where like everyone pretends
Yeah.
to like know, but no one does anything about it. Like no one actually memorizes it. They're like, oh yeah, I totally memorized it. Yeah, I totally yeah.
If that could be a thing, but without all the guilt, I feel
Yeah.
like we're getting close to that with Star Wars. Like that might be the great American religion that we all need, because there's no consequences. Nothing's really going to get you, but we can all get excited about ritual and stories.
Yeah.
And honestly, though, coming back around to the alcohol issue, I would be able to tell the difference between the last 2 or 3 Star Wars movies so much better if it weren't for the fact that I watched them previous to my ban of drinking IPAs. The last time I had an IPA was like the last Star Wars movie. And the lack of differentiation I have between it and the one before it is why I don't drink IPAs anymore.
It could be the movies.
That they just ruined IPAs. It's just like the taste.
No, it
like,
could just be that the movies were extremely similar.
Shh, no.
I actually haven't seen the most recent Star Wars still, so you know, there's that.
I freaking enjoyed it, but the thing is, how much did I enjoy it and how much it was the IPA?
Yeah, you'll never know unless you rewatch it
Lies.
without IPAs.
Which I don't have time for that.
Yeah. Or you're just gonna be like, oh, this movie really makes me want an IPA for some reason.
Damn it!
It's gonna fall off the wagon.
So there goes the Star Wars religion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
We
guess I
ruined it
can't
already.
be a member.
No, you just have to start it and be like, and you can only watch Star Wars movies while inebriated by drinking IPAs specifically. And this specific brand of IPA, which I happen to own, oddly enough. Just a coincidence, folks.
I'm getting some negativity on the IPAs in the chat. Thank you so much. Hey, I miss you too, Satan. Jay's saying it sounded pretty good on YouTube. Thank goodness.
Sweet. Yeah, I feel like
it's a lucky guess on the levels on that one. No, I mean, I checked levels, actually, to be honest. I'm not going to like belittle myself that inaccurately, but it's not like I checked them like super good. So
Yeah.
I'm really glad.
is because I'm just stuck on IPAs now, right? 'Cause you did that to me once. It's like, are we all in the same boat? And
Is
like,
everyone over IPAs?
yeah,
That's
right?
another question, though. That's the thing is IPAs were like the next bacon and mustaches for a minute.
Yo, and then but they still keep pumping them out.
Yeah,
Like,
there's
I
like a
feel like
new
they're-
IPA of the week, and I don't know who's drinking them anymore.
They're like, played the fuck out, yo. Like,
Yeah.
I only need like 2 or 3 IPAs. Just
listen, my friends with beards that are listening right now, let us know. Do you still drink IPAs? Is it still a thing? I'm not gonna say, I'm not gonna peep an up or down on the beard situation. That's you. You cover up your face however you want. But I mean, this IPA situation, what's the deal with that?
Yo, and like, have you seen session IPAs? Like the reason to drink IPAs usually is because they have a much higher alcohol percentage than regular beers.
Sometimes that's the only appeal.
Yeah, right. That's like that to me. That's like the main appeal.
Efficiency.
All right. Yeah, totally. Session, and they're like 4.2%, 4.5% IPAs.
Yeah, at that point, you might as well have like a nice lager or something
Yeah,
cozy.
I'm like, why would you do that to an IPA? First of all,
and you can have a nice savory ale or
Oh,
like
man.
a wheat.
just trying to squeeze all that IPA juice.
Yeah, there's like yummy beers. Why do we have to drink one that tastes like it was buried under the earth first?
Yeah, or that it like you just like put a fucking dandelion in my drink.
Dipped a skunk in it.
Right. I just feel like some of them just taste like flowers, man. I'm like, oh, why does my beer just taste like a mouthful of flowers?
And
That's
not
ridiculous.
like how flowers smell, how they taste when you chew on them.
Yeah.
It's a different situation. It's like green crayons and dirt.
Yeah. Don't believe us? Try it. Try
Yeah.
it. Compare the flavors. I guarantee you we are right. 100%.
Yeah, what's up, Alex? Hollering on the YouTube.
Yo, dog.
Awesome. Hey,
Yo, dog.
what's up? He said, love the S that you used as a 5. That's awesome. Man, I love that the people that popped in YouTube, I don't know if it's like you use more obscure names on the YouTube, but it's not, I don't recognize you as quickly. That's magical. But then again, I can't see your tiny icon that super well. But, you know,
Can't see your tiny face.
I'm happy you're there. Thanks for commenting it up because I want to community you folks more, even if I have to switch tabs. You're worth switching tabs for. You guys are worth it. And on that note,
Worth it.
this is not the end of the juicy news tidbits that you'll be able to take from this experience and speak to your neighbors and peers as if you have intelligent things. No, there is much more. There is things where we go, as cheesy as it sounds, we've gone behind the headlines, where we pushed the headline out of the way and found text that was below it when you scrolled that said other things that contradicted the headline. And we're going to talk to you about those things so that you aren't one of them like fair weather headline and rebroadcasting folks. You can get some nuggets. And here's a little taste before we go into our little middle of the episode thing that we do. It's not likely that an asteroid's going to hit the Earth in the short term. I think a big rock's going to hit the Earth eventually for sure. The greater time span you look at, the dramatically higher the probability goes up. So we need to have rockets that can take out a rock that could hit the Earth to protect us, Space Force. And also we need to be working on living on some other planets because you never know. A rogue planet could sweep through and just turn us into another moon for Jupiter like that. We could be like, yeah,
we're up a creek.
Yeah, we're a moon again. Or suddenly, I don't know. It'd suck. We'd be further from the sun. We could be further, but if we're living on some other rocks, we're good. But as far as the rumors about this happening soon, or that there's a rock with a high probability that we're scrambling to figure out what to deal with, nah, I tried to go behind that headline, and no one had anything to say about it that was a news outlet that I've even known of before, besides HuffPost. Which, grain of salt for HuffPost anyway. But then, I don't want to say I super trust them, but I certainly don't hella distrust them. I've gotten some verifiable shit from HuffPost. Anyway, like, they're as iffy as I go for the most part. And they were still like, nah, it's like 1,000,000 to 1. It's kind of this underground thing getting blown up like this. It's like a faux conspiracy. It's not even good enough to qualify as a conspiracy. So chill out on the space rocks. Unless you're going to get someone that actually is doing something in space, paranoid, so that we can get some real stuff done. Because, it is a real concern. And I don't want to be like the opposite of fear-mongering and be like, hey, it's totally okay. We got lots of time. So then we're like scrambling to...
Like, never worry about anything.
Because right now our field of view, when there's such a wide sky to look at, you can't even see the whole around us from any one given point on Earth. There's a lot to cover. We might only have like a month or two to scramble to get rid of rock heading towards Earth that's big enough to wipe out humanity.
Yeah.
That right now we might only have a month or two of warning. So like to prepare for that is super valuable. But as far as anything being within that warning zone in the next couple of months, no, it's not. Don't worry about that. So that's one of them behind the headlines things. I just wanted to reassure you about that real quick. Just kind of chill you out on that. So it's okay. It's not such a big deal. All right. All right. So again, as I was teasing, bear with us, or maybe get your fast forward finger ready to then unfast forward when I declare it's time to stop fast forwarding. But you're going to be missing out. Because even if you think you've heard these commercials before, we're going to have these interstitials that you might have caught where we say things in between the commercials. And they're not going to be as spontaneous because I'm teasing them right now. But who cares? It is what it is. Anyway, you know what it is. If you've been here before, it's time for commercial chug.
Dish TV is better than cable TV. Why? Because you can save 45% on packages compared to your high-priced cable bill. Wow. Take those giant scissors out and cut the cable and save with Dish TV. Plus, you get a free DVR upgrade to record your favorite shows and free installation. And with Dish Anywhere, you can watch TV for free on your mobile device. Act fast. You can save hundreds of dollars. Does your cable company do that for you? I don't think so. Get all the best TV programming at your fingertips at a fraction of the price of cable TV. So say adios, arrivederci, goodbye to the high cable bill and save up to 45% on Dish TV packages today. These are limited time offers and can change at any time. Call fast. 800-293-0328. 800-293-0328. 800-293-0328. That's 800-293-0328.
We're out of control. It's insane. All right, here's your interstitial. I got the Jones. You know, when you're talking about something and you're like, I have to have that thing. And I'm like, I wonder if there's a beer. Since we're talking about beer, this is my demon voice. And it turns out, like, when beer is warmer, it doesn't stay in the bottle as good. Especially when someone hid a beer in the freezer part of the fridge. No, I don't think it was a hide. I think they just wanted it to get colder faster and they forgot about it.
Yep.
And you know me, I didn't even want anything in there, really care what was in there, but I had to look anyway. I guess that's a lie. Obviously I cared, but I care in that, you know, when you go to someone's house and you like look in their drawers, and you shouldn't do this, but you can't help like opening a cabinet sometimes, just peeping around because you're just curious, and then you feel really bad because it's like an invasion of privacy, but it's like, am I just like confessing to have OCD like on this thing?
But I mean, I just am really curious what all medications everyone's taking this whole. I just got to know, you know.
So we need to be less stigmatizing to mental health in this country. We need to be all aware that we're all on some kind of spectrum. Everyone hallucinates sometimes, whether you admit it or honest with yourself about it or not. Things sneak up on you. You feel a figure in the dark behind you that isn't there, and beer falls out of the fridge section of the freezer section of the fridge. And I totally wasn't gonna drink this, but it like opened a little bit, crashing into the other one. So to my fellow hosts on here, that I accidentally drank one of your beers, trying to drink only one of your beers. This, I think, is like frothy. You know what? I think I might be crazy in that this. Can you tell? No, you know, I think it's like popping out the cap because of the freezingness happening.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, this feels. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't put that back. Listen, for public health and safety, I can't put this beer back in there. So, oh no. Okay, I'm not dropping it on your carpet, Jay. I'm dropping it in my lap. I'm just gonna wash these pants later. They're towel-like anyway. No, the carpet's staying nice. Oh, it's going on my lap still. This is one of those long lap instances. I'm going to look like I went to the pool. All right. I'm going to turn them inside out before I drive home. What's the deal? I'm staying below 0.08, you guys. All right. I'm not making it that kind of podcast. I'm going to teach you something. Listen. We're going to learn. I'm sorry. There's going to be learning. Oh, man. It's still going. You should drink this one, but you probably want me to finish. Oh, man. I'm going to get a rash.
Yeah, I'll drink it.
It's still going. Hold on, you guys. Listen to this. Ah! Oh, there's chunks. Oh, no, there's chunks. It's icy.
This has turned into an official disaster.
It's turning into one of those broadcasts. I hope this is good for YouTube's first thing with us. That single napkin was very helpful. Thank you. Oh, when it's ice. For the record, I'm being so good at not getting it on the carpet, but I'm getting it all over my body. Oh, there's napkins right there. No, that's a bag. That's a paper bag. Hey, you guys, I hope you like these commercials.
Yeah, play a commercial.
Yeah, I'm going to play a commercial. Why am I not? Hold on, wait for it.
Greece is cheap.
But the airfare costs a fortune.
Paris?
Not much closer. And again, airfare,
What about Puerto Vallarta?
Yeah, I got like
let's
hardly
face it,
any.
flying anywhere
it's
is
like
just
a
too
regular
expensive.
Wait, what's this? Low-cost airlines.
With one call to low-cost airlines, you'll drastically slash your travel costs. We're talking insanely low airline prices to any of your favorite destinations. Where would you like to go? London, Rome, Costa Rica, Australia?
Wow, that's cheap.
So why wait? Call now to learn how crazy cheap it is to fly anywhere in the U.S. or international. Our prices are so low, we can't publish them. The only way to get them is to call to instantly hear the most amazing best deals on airline travel. It's that easy. So call now and start packing.
800-515-2397. 800-515-2397. 800-515-2397. That's 800-515-2397.
Whoa! Oh man. Okay, that's how I burp now. That's what I call a broadcast burp. I'm tired of hearing people like H3 looking at you, buddy. Fucking with your just throwing those burps out there. I at least turn my burp into a muted scream. I think that's hey, this is working out for these are like workout pants. I mean, you might not realize that they're for that since they don't get used for that often enough. But it's like, man, are they handling the beer so well?
Yeah.
Like I killed seriously like 2 or 3 instances of pooping worth of like toilet paper. Came to the rescue on these pants with like you'd think there'd be a puddle under me and there's only like a couple drips. This is great. Okay, we're winning. So this is seriously for us right now.
If you're trying to quit drinking or doing too many drugs, listen to me. You don't know me and we'll never meet. I had a problem like you once. I drank and used to party a little too much till it got out of control and almost ruined my life. I realized I needed help to fix my problem before it totally destroyed me. If you've tried the drug problem and you know you can't do it alone, you need to call the National Treatment Advisors. They'll immerse you into a 30-day program to replace your old habits with new habits and totally change your life. And if you have PPO private health insurance, the entire program may be covered. Fix your problem right now before it gets any worse. Get clean. Call now and learn more. 800-961-2480. 800-961-2480. 800-961-2480. 800-961-2480.
Oh man. I smell now.
It's a new fragrance.
I don't smell like I could drive legally right now.
Yeah, totally not.
But I mean, I'd breathalyze juicy right now. I'd breathalyze.
Oh yeah.
So good. I mean, 0.08, a dude my height's not going to get past 0.08 with. These glass fellows aren't even tally. Sorry if you're on iTunes, you don't know what just happened. This is a little beer. A little beer fell and hit another little beer, and they both opened dramatically. And then I managed to capture 90% of the liquid with my lap. I happen to be wearing shorts that are kind of made of towel. And now I smell like a bread factory.
Okay.
Okay.
That's what you want to call it.
Man, so no matter what we do to try to drink less, it seems like we need to talk about it carefully. Because even if you're talking about drinking less, just talking about the concept of drinking whatsoever just triggers the crap out of me to where it's like, okay, I have to have it now. I'm a monster. So I don't know. It's hard to deal with that. And I could totally benefit from all of you guys' comments to help us learn and grow with you in the feeds. So we're going to toss some taxes at you, help you out with some taxes.
The following story is fictional.
And
Woo,
yeah,
boy, I had a
Look out
rough
for us.
night's sleep. Let me read you that letter I got from the IRS. Dear John, according to our records, you owe the IRS $37,950.50. If you don't call us right away and set up a payment plan, we're going to freeze your bank account and put a lien on your home. Well, heck, part of me says you want my trailer, you can go ahead and have it. And I only got $100 in the bank anyway. But so here's what I did. I called me the tax doctor. I paid them their fee, and I got the whole thing reduced to $1,000.
If you owe the IRS any personal or business taxes well north of $10,000, you call yourself the tax doctor right now. See if they can save you some real money.
800-917-8546. 800-917-8546. 800-917-8546. That's 800-917-8546.
I don't think I've ever been more moist from a beverage. And what was crazier yet is the second one was just teasing. It was just like eking. And I thought maybe it's just some liquid from the first one that did get knocked open for sure.
Yeah, that's what I thought too.
That one got left in the freezer portion.
Yeah.
And it's not like hard alcohol where it just doesn't freeze. It froze, and there's ice chunks in there. And that water in the beer expanded as ice is known to do. So when we finished opening that, there was like a geyser over my crotch. Like, I feel like my water broke.
It was just like that. I was right here.
Things got birthy.
Oh, yeah. Did they ever?
Oh, sorry. I crinkled up the microphone. Shouldn't give you guys a crinkle. Oh, man. So are you saying we're serene in the comments? Oh, man. Hold on. There's a bunch of them. I need to figure.
Serene.
There's got to be like another view where I see more of the comments at once. I'm not doing this right. Anyway, why did I do this full screen? Oh no, I'm ruining everything. Okay, deal with this, you guys. Hold on.
Do you want to pay more for a new car or new home or less? Yeah! Do you want to pay higher interest rates on your credit cards or even to refinance student loan debt or less? Yeah! The secret to paying less on everything is a better credit score. Is your credit score less than 700? Do you even know? Well, now at the same time, you can learn exactly what your credit score is and learn how to make it better. And when you call our special credit repair hotline, you'll speak to an expert that will tell you simple steps to start improving your credit score. And the call and consultation are FREE. That's free. I'm telling you, the secret to paying less is a better credit score, and you can fix it right now. So please make this free call and change your life.
877-857-1286. 877-857-1286. That's 877-857-1286.
Gonna get that better credit going on. All that credit's so good, and you can buy things, and then there's less of an interest rate, and that's money that you're just throwing away to the 1%, and they love it so much, and then they go play golf, and then they think about you while they're playing that golf, and they don't care about you. Anyway. Hold on.
You have no idea.
I've got an idea.
I got an idea.
I got an idea.
What's the
This is like the
big
best
idea?
comedy
Do you have
ever.
an idea for a new product or a phone app? Well,
Look at
now
this.
is the
This is
time
mostly
to
just
make
like
your
ice.
idea a priority.
through my
Get it
pores.
off the ground fast and call
Yeah, no, it's
Davison.
such a
We have
chunk.
over
It's a
25
chunk.
years
This is all
experience
ice.
helping
There's a
big
little
idea
idea
thinkers
about
like you turn your ideas into products and apps that are found in retail stores and online. It's simple to get started. Call now and ask for our free Big Idea Starter Guide. We'll show you how to get started and protect your idea and show you the steps to get your killer idea in front of a corporation that can help you grow your dream. Dream big and be big. Call Davidson now for your free Big Idea Starter Guide. Davidson charges fees for services.
800-208-9876. 800-208-9876. 800-208-9876.
That's right. Thank you for joining us. If you've been fast forwarding, you can totally stop your fast forward situation now, but you're probably going to want to rewind to at least hear the geyser. We had our own like national park over here.
Oh, it was.
I feel
extremely
like I
entertaining.
lost at Nickelodeon's Double Dare. I'm so sticky and
You can say
slimed up
that.
right now.
Yeah.
I feel like Mark Summers gave me the slime, and holler if you remember Mark Summers and Double Dare.
Of course.
What's up, Aaron? What's up, Flores? Good old call Natalie and it up. Also, my friends, be sure if you're just tuning in now to double check for us the Facebooks. No, we're on Facebook, right? The YouTube stream on the YouTube channel for Greasy Conversation. We're streaming there too today, inaugurally. It's a test run of that situation. And so far, the spaghetti's smelling plenty nice. And by that, I mean like a metaphor for the wires of the internet. Right? I don't know. That's a thick one. Sorry. You know what time it is. It's time for more Greasy News. Get ready.
Are we back?
Yeah. So do you have one you're pulling out next week that you got queued up? Because I've got some other juicy ones too.
Yeah, I wanted to do this just because I like doing this. This is a quote from our very great and classy commander-in-chief. But I just like reading them in different styles. So here we go. You guys buckle up because this one's great.
I'm ready to have a breather and take this in.
Yeah, go for it. All right. Let me get situated here. I'm going to try to do this as if I was at a poetry reading. All right. We have clean coal exports have increased 60% last year. Clean coal. Which is one of our big assets that we aren't allowed to use for our miners. You remember Hillary with the coal, right? Sitting with the miners at the table. Remember? That wasn't so good for her. So the people of West Virginia and all over, you look at Wyoming, you look at so many different places where they just, Pennsylvania, where they loved what we did. And it's clean coal, and we have the most modern procedures. But it's the tremendous form of energy in the sense that in a military way, think of it. Coal is indestructible.
What?
Oh no, it gets better. It gets better. You can blow up a pipeline. You can blow up the windmills. You know the windmills. Boom, 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 bing.
Is this a threat? Is he gonna blow up?
That's the end of that one.
Oh God!
If the birds don't kill it first.
Because birds are going to take out our windmill infrastructure.
The birds could kill it first. They kill so many birds.
They take out all the solar panels.
You look underneath some of those windmills. it's like a killing field. It's like a killing field. The birds. But you know, that's what they were going to. They were going to windmills. And you know, don't worry about when the wind doesn't blow. I said, what happens when the wind doesn't blow? Well, then we have a problem. Okay, good. They were putting them in areas where they didn't have much wind, too. And it's a you need subsidy for windmills. You need subsidy.
Oh, yeah.
Who wants to have energy where you need subsidy?
So windmills are so much more expensive to make than coal.
So, the coal is doing great.
So the coal
is doing great.
The coal is doing great.
There's just so much like juiciness in there.
You guys tell us about your love of coal in the YouTube channel as well. But also thanks for hollering in the Facebook channel. What's up, Kelly? She said, you guys are, hold on, amazing. Yay. See, I first saw you guys are AMA and I didn't see the rest of the zing. And I was legit afraid it was going to be like something mean that started with AMA. Thanks, Kelly. Not that I expected you to be mean. I just I don't know. I'm got that radar up right now. The hater radar.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm familiar with.
But no, you've all been super nice. What's up, Bobby Massey?
Hating the words. Yeah.
A part of me is like, oh no, should I say last names? But Bobby loves his last name. There's other Bobbies. You're a special Bobby. Hey, thanks for being in there. Massey specifically. Alrighty. Yeah, help us out with these commentally community kind of growth thing we're trying to do. We're trying to grow. We're trying to water you all. We're trying to water the whole studio So I feel like I smell like a grilled cheese sandwich right now.
No, you pretty much just smell like beer.
Yeah, like the bread and the like. I feel like I'm forming new cheeses on my body with the beer that I've soaked in. But the important thing is it didn't get in the keyboard. That's when I saw that happen. I was like, I owe Jay a new keyboard. Like now, but no, it splashed the edge of it a tiny bit. And that just wiped off. It didn't really even get in the key section. It got anyhow. You guys,
Crisis
you're
averted.
done with my excuses.
Yeah. Yeah, we're fucking done, Waz.
Oh,
What else do we have? This jumped out at me, Waz. I just got to bring this up to you because you
wait, beer and grilled cheese is a Vegas aphrodisiac. That sounds, part of that sounds childlike and innocent.
While
My
also
mom
being
sent me
true.
the link to your show. Holla, your mom, Bobby.
Yeah. That's rad.
Ow!
That's hella rad.
All right, sorry, go on.
All right, so I just saw this note in here that you might be able to decipher it. If like this fucking notes thing, man,
Please.
hold on.
I leave some weird notes for Mallow sometimes to deal with.
No, but my thing's screwing up and I got the little cut and paste man. I'm just
Oh, is it on this week's or grabbing from last week?
this week's. So much hype over the Trappist 1 system.
Oh, okay.
And trap music outlasted dubstep. Not to mention the popularity of traps on 4chan. It's the trap generation.
Thank you so much for catching that. I almost glossed all over that, and that's a major thing I wanted to draw your attention to. Okay. So everybody, follow me on this. The concept, or just the word, meaning different concepts, but the same word, trap, is just ridiculously hip right now. First of all, anything transgender is extra hip. And before that even became the case in its progressive nature as a hub of new thought and growth, 4chan, many of you are familiar with the image macro message board, 4chan, the source of Anonymous.
Yeah.
On 4chan, there's all kinds of traps, but those traps are extremely attractive female people with wieners.
Yeah.
So that's hip. And
It's
then
a trap.
there's this solar system called Trappist 1, and it is the first and closest solar system which we've been able to identify planets on. It's just been too tough to see planets around a sun. And we did it with this one. And now NASA has a new app that you can get where you can explore this system.
Oh,
and
snap.
compositions of the planets and their relative sizes as far as what we know so far about it. Even though I believe it's like 8 light years away, something like that. Maybe it's like 16. Sorry. It's about, I thought it was like twice as far as Alpha Centauri. Anyway, go get the real facts on that one. Don't just repeat that part. My goal is to show you things to think you're smart about, but leaving you a puzzle of incomplete or nonsensical non-facts as wrapping paper to tear through.
Yo, can we call it the trap app?
The trap app. Oh,
Yo, y'all are slipping, NASA. Y'all slipping. If it ain't called the trap app, y'all need to take your asses home.
And then, of course, trap music. Who's
Yo.
not partying down to trap music?
Right.
You might think you're annoyed and over trap music, but it's nice trap drop comes and you fucking are boogieing down. I see you.
Yeah. Plus, it's like, and it's a lot like dubstep too, where it's starting to like infiltrate other styles of music and the popular music culture too.
The thing is, it was infiltrating popular music before dubstep.
Yeah, that's probably true. Yeah.
Trap drops have been in hip hop since like we were kind of younger.
Yeah, well, it's always been like a hip hop thing.
Mm.
But as far as like when dubstep kind of came into the mainstream and got really big, and then it was in like fucking you'd hear dubstep drops in commercials.
Yeah, like
what the what's going on?
TV show intros.
Yeah. like
So that kind of got burned out, but yet tastefully done trap, like some casual hi-hat rolls,
mhm.
can
Yeah, them hi-hat
tantalize
rolls.
even the most staunch intellectual.
It's true. That is a very well-known fact.
Did I cover all the traps? Lots of traps, you guys. sometimes people have animals on their property and they're trying to be humane in this current green generation and not kill the animals, so they catch them in traps.
Oh, another one.
Yeah.
Aren't there like Trappist monks that make beer? It's like a type of
monk.
Yeah, they're called like Trappist monks.
I'm accepting it. It sounds correct.
Yeah, it is correct because I said it.
Oh man, I swear I'm getting like beer diaper rash right now.
Don't dump beer in your diapers,
like
folks.
All of the beer in my lap is just turning into urine outside of my body.
Oh,
it's
man.
just disintegrating into that state. Kofi Annan died, Nobel Peace Prize winner. Just so you know, American prison strike. I don't have like a big expose on him. Very significant historical figure that you can learn more about without me. That's good. Early humans. No. Oh, there's a whole nother page, you guys. Sorry. Geez, Moses. Here we go. Wow.
Why is Trumpelstiltskin on here?
That was just the Trump portion. I named it Trumpelstiltskin.
Oh, I've heard like variations on that because that was one of the first ones I heard, but it evolved into Trumpel Thinskin.
Nice. Okay, so I have a chunk about the trade war with China.
Mm-hmm.
This is definitely something that's still evolving, and my opinions on it are ever changing too. Because at first I was all shill for China and was like, this is unfair. We need to be totally buddies with them. And I'm really for free trade. While I am still free trade enthusiast, like I thought all along that, hey man, if there's anything to be upset with China about, it's all the copyright infringement that they look out the other way with.
Yeah.
Or rather intellectual property infringement. So every product that we have made cheaply over there, they can go and make it for the rest of the world cheaper yet without any credit going to the original designer of the product, just knockoffs rampantly. And as a retaliation for that, I can understand the tariff situation. And if the tariff situation leads to reform for that, for the good, great. But I'm still massively uncomfortable about how we went about it. So if I can set aside the fact that I feel like the tariffs were just kind of sprung on China and that I don't feel like there's a lot of channels for negotiation being taken seriously, maybe it's good that there's serious questioning up even in the highest ranks of China's government. The biggest concept, an umbrella over this that is kind of in competition with this conflict with China is whether democracy will be our downfall and how much it slows down our government's ability to act and how much our government has to answer to the taxpayers. But it turns out that I don't know how much of it is a factor that might be not so true, that our government might not answer to us that very much or care about us to such an extent for that to be much of a factor. But China's quickly pivoting autonomous government was thought to have a huge advantage in that way. But it can't have an advantage if their GDP is still only 2/3 of ours.
That's a good point.
So it's just not as heavy of a hammer. Even if their whole system is able to pivot and it's more nimble as a government, it doesn't mean that they've got as many bullets in the gun.
Yeah, that's true. Although I think there's like a pretty large like capitalist illusion going on in America where like the whole capitalist ideal isn't as wonderful as everyone's told since you're a kid.
Not only that, but how capitalist are we when more expensive and inferior products can thrive when lobbyists get government regulations to lock them in?
Yeah, that's what it's like an illusion that, or it's a lie, basically.
Yeah, how much can we vote with our dollar if things are being banned or the like through legislation?
Well, think about like the claims of like medical insurance too, where they're like, oh no, we need a free market. A free market will solve health insurance. Well, No, because you can't even like really see the actual end cost of what you're buying.
Yeah.
Like you can buy your insurance, but like you don't have any say over like the actual expense of the medical procedure, and like you often don't know that ahead of time.
No, it makes
You know?
a true free market an illusion in that case.
Yeah, totally. And it's I've actually heard it argued that like healthcare is one of those things that like can't be subject to a free market, because it's not like, you know, you get taken to the hospital for some life-threatening urgency and
Can't
then
shop around in that
yeah,
case.
you can't shop around. It's like you got to do it, and then
Yeah.
if you know,
First one, and you're stuck with it.
yeah. So no, and it's yeah, like a lot of companies, all these like subsidies and stuff that are given to, you know, huge companies, and they also have all these tax loopholes where they don't have to pay very high tax rates, sometimes not at all. And like we think of that as like that's not framed the same as like someone scamming welfare, which is, you know, this huge boogeyman of like why we have to reform welfare and all this. And like that's just corporate welfare. If we start thinking of it as like corporate welfare, it's like it kind of turns the issue on its head, and it makes it seem not so fair.
Like you've said before that you can't have insurance without paying for other people's health care.
Yeah, that's
how
what insurance is.
works.
Yeah.
You're fooling yourself if you think your insurance dollars are only going to end up going towards your eventual health care.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And another thing too that I think I hear a lot in some of these online discussions about this, because you know I like to see what everyone's saying regardless of what side you're on, and I hear a lot from opponents of like Medicare for all that they don't want government health care, and I think that's like an inaccurate claim of what everyone's proposing, and they're just proposing that the government like collectively negotiates for everyone, not that they run healthcare, but that everyone pools their money together, and the government says like, hey, we'll pay this much for the, you know, pharmaceuticals or the procedures, and that's it. And if you don't like it, suck off. You know, it's not like government run healthcare, and that's a rabbit hole to get into. That
I feel it. Speaking of health, I just have to climb back to the community really quick and address a comment.
All right.
I have to address a comment solemnly.
All right.
I was told by a commenter, LOL, hope the weed is good, man. The thing is, I feel like this implied that I'm somehow affected by weed right now. And maybe residually,
Yeah.
I had weed like this morning.
Yeah. No, that's a little
But
too long.
I don't weed it up before the show anymore.
Yeah.
I've gone past the illusion that I do everything better on weed.
We're
And
professional.
I'm going to chug some down after the show, I fully admit.
Oh yeah.
But I don't weed it up for hours before the show.
Homie, I'm
Life tip,
professional.
you guys. Yeah, it can be done. I used to like have to. I used to feel like, oh no, I've got to have weed that happened right before I do something. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, maybe some things, if it's something really boring.
Yeah,
but-
or a movie. Like movies are always better
Yeah.
stoned. But I literally can't, because what's happened to me lately is that I literally like can't hear people when I'm high. I just like lose the ability to hear people. So like
they'll
if
say something and just like flutters off.
it just I don't even hear it. I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
Every time. It's not just like one thing and then I can refocus. Like the next thing they say, I'm not going to hear it. And so I just can't. If I plan on being around people, I can't do it.
Yeah, I was getting flighty on my own thoughts. Like
Yeah,
I
which
just want
I
to
know.
track my own train of thoughts a little better.
Right? Or the worst is like, I literally forgot what I was just thinking about. I love it.
Yeah, that happens enough on its own.
Right?
So I'm not chemically enhancing that. And then, you know, just one more reminder before we duck out, don't leave us entirely without peeping in on the new YouTube stream. I'm feeling quite proud of it. I think it's going to become a staple.
Yeah. Hell
I
yeah.
might do a different camera angle of it next time for obvious reasons, since it's like the frame on YouTube right now is just dominated by my shoulder and tits situation. That's going to get an adjustment.
Yeah.
But I mean, the studio has cameras that I've been offered to use that I haven't, little Logitech fellas that I'll probably pop in on that next time.
Bust those
Shout out by this studio, I mean RadioVegas.rocks.
RadioVegas.rock.
Hashtag where Vegas goes to rock. And we don't have a ton of time left. Is there anything else you wanted to grab out of the old news?
I don't think so. I can't see it. My thing is fucking up. I can't see all this stuff.
I gotta mention Cold Cock Whiskey.
Yeah,
It's been such a delightful sponsor and such a smooth alcohol since we're talking about those. And I haven't been going in that hard alcohol pocket at all anymore, guys. I hate when I do some hard alcohol and then it's so clear-headed that I don't feel as drunk, but I still do things as stupidly as if I was drunk without any of the enjoyment of like feeling more inebriated. That's my beef with vodka specifically. It's just like too pure of a buzz. That's like, I want like an unpure buzz then, because what's the point?
Yeah.
Like I could just not drink then if I'm gonna just not feel drunk from it, and then I'd stub my toe on less furniture. So Cold Cock is an exception. If someone hands me one of those, I'll have some gentlemanly nips because that's a classy. And so speaking of classy liquids, Spunk Lube. It's a sexual lubricant and it resembles semen. If you need that, you can't get better. It's non-staining. It's pleasant smelling. And speaking of things that are pleasant smelling, each of our sponsors is a segue. Get ready. Zipfizz, you guys. Zipfizz smells amazing. You pour it into the right size bottle of water. You get some healthy energy. It's very low jitter. And then if that gets you all riled up to do the drinking, then there's Hangover Joe's for the next day. I like to have Hangover Joe's when I'm not even drinking, like in place of 5 Hour, and get that B vitamin gladness. It's yummy. Hangover Joe's, y'all. What's another one? Juan's Flamin' Hot Fajitas and Cantina in town. If you get some Juan's Flamin' Hot Fajita in town, mention RadioVegas.rocks. They'll do something for you. I forget what. But I know at Pinche's Tacos, they'll give you a free blood orange margarita if you get a gringo taco. And when you get a gringo taco at Pinche's Tacos, it's like a loaded up taco. It's like a triple guts taco. Triple the guts.
Triple the guts.
Triple the guts. Another one.
A little cow taco.
Naked City Pizza.
Yo, pepperoni cups.
Pepperoni cups.
Everyone knows about the pepperoni cups, yo. But I'm waiting for cups full of pepperoni. Trying to get some mania.
Or at least the grease as the beverage.
Oh, God. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, man. Speaking of...
Like, why don't I have, like, an extra side? Like, can I just get a side of pepperoni grease to, like, dip my pizza in?
Let fries just sit in it?
Oh, man. Yo, now we're talking. Now we're talking.
Naked City Pizza. My favorite is the one that's inside Moondoggies, which is a bar. But there's a few Naked City Pizzas. At one of the locations... There's something that happens when you mention RadioVegas.rocks. So it's best just to mention that at all the locations. And they'll at least
acknowledge your existence.
Sprinkle some extra oregano on there or something for you at least.
Just run to every store in town.
Yeah.
RadioVegas.rocks.
RadioVegas.rocks. We could not be here under the same capacity without that glorious empire.
It's true.
Yeah.
It's very true.
You guys,
no.
I think the YouTube stream actually worked. Not only that, but the Facebook stream didn't crash and fail this time. Oh!
It's true.
All right.
Yeah, I forgot. Did we talk about like this massive, all these? Oh, we did talk about that. All the people ODing in the park off the fake spice laced with fentanyl.
Fentanyl up in your fake weed when you should just have real weed. That fentanyl situation, though.
Yeah, right. Plus, like, the fake weed is bad on its own.
You don't know what chemical you're getting. The chemical gets banned, and they just changed one molecule.
Yeah. Like, there's some crazy videos on YouTube of, like, kids smoking it, and they just start, like, seizing, like, almost immediately, and, like, coughing up blood and shit. Like, it's gnarly. It's, it affects, like, random people really, really badly.
Yes, like a random molecule, or they just change one of the elements in this molecule. They're like, oh, there's an extra carbon atom. Or like, oh, let's see what happens if there's this this is an ion with this one instead of this number of electrons.
Yeah.
And then it has a different effect on the body. You don't know. It just could fill in another hole, make you stop absorbing some other thing that you need to live, and then you die from it.
Yeah.
It's they put this products out saying, no, don't consume this. It's incense, under the guise in marketing that you're going to get so fucked up actually consuming it. And then people die that could just do weed legally if Jeff Sessions thought that that was something that good people did ever. So.
Oh, man. Yeah.
I don't want to be a good person if it's Jeff Sessions' definition of a good person. His life probably sucks.
Yeah, that motherfucker owns stock in private prison industries, so I wonder why he's against legalizing weed.
Oh, yeah, I wonder.
Yeah.
I wonder why he'd have any problem with anything other than anyone that uses any drug as a criminal that lacks self-control.
Besides, like, having his brain directly transported into his body, like, straight from 1930 or some bullshit.
Yeah, you know, Jeff, I think you don't have any self-control over thinking some spirit voice is talking to you, telling you to read some old book and hate people that have different brain chemistry than you.
Yeah.
So there.
F off, Jeff Sessions.
Yeah, go live somewhere without art or beauty.
Yeah, nobody likes you anymore, if they ever did.
But it's fun feeling bad for him, trying to be like some moral high ground dude with his Trump stuff.
Yeah.
It's so yummy to me.
Right.
Watching him squirm with his elf ears.
Yeah, I don't know if I
his
feel
little Keebler tree.
I don't know if I feel bad for any of those people. I don't. I do know. I was lying.
What's up, Justin Chuck? I totally got one of your stickers on the bottom of my keyboard. Holla.
Sticker love.
Let us know. You can comment even after this broadcast has ended. Let us know if we've succeeded in communicating you harder. Tell your friends. Grab your buddies for the next week because we want to turn this into more of a party in the den. And you know, like a den when it's like a smaller living room in your house, it's like cozier. Usually the couches are squishier and you can spill more because it's not like the main guest living room. I don't know. Who has two living rooms anymore? That's old fancy stuff. What are our parents? Back when we had parents that could afford to be homeowners.
Right.
Those days.
When like inflation didn't turn us into serfs.
Yeah, remember when 30-somethings like owned homes?
Yeah.
How like we know one homeowner and he's like an immigrant. Art, shout out to Art. Woo-hoo.
Yo, Art. That's funny.
All right, I'm happy with what we left it with that being that. Yeah. All right, so thanks for living through our learning and growing. We hope you learn and grow with us too. Oh yeah.
Are we cutting out? Can I do like a shout out for some fun stuff?
Shout out before you shout out. I have to shout out that this day next week, also Saturday, there is Ange Kerfoot's art, her visual art. She was a guest, I think it was 3 episodes ago. Also, coincidentally, my wife, but I'm not nepotizing this. She's my wife because she's good at this crap. I'm not advertising the crap she's good at because of the wifehood. She earned this. She's got these. If you're familiar with blackout poetry, it's done. You know, I don't need to explain what it is. You need to check it out because this is done the best. Where you like catch a mood, you catch a feeling. Where you see these things and you're like, oh, I'm emotionally affected by this. It's stuff like that. You can hang it on the wall. It's going to be hung on the wall. Rebar. Go to Rebar. This is at Rebar. A week from today, Ange Kerfoot. Art. Visual art.
Do it.
Yeah, you?
Yeah, so, you know, I'm always on, like, the entertainment tip because I got to distract myself from the soul-crushing reality that is our existence.
Yeah.
So if anyone's into video games or is on Steam, check out this game called Hollow Knight. It's a little platformer like Castlevania or Metroid you may have heard about back in the day. But it's hella badass. And you're on Steam, you know. Pick it up. Yeah, get it. Yeah, hit me up on Steam.
Hit me up on Steam. You can do that?
Yeah, hell yeah.
You can talk to people on Steam?
Hell yeah, there's a Steam chat now, dog.
Cool.
Yo, is the Vatican. That's
Is
my
the
name.
Vatican?
That's my handle on Steam.
I love that handle. So speaking of video games, check out Detroit Become Human. Man, that's a game that'll make you legit cry for the storyline.
Yeah.
It's like deep. Check out PewDiePie's Let's Play on it if you don't want to play it. Like, this game really speaks to the singularity and robot uprising inevitability
It's gonna
in
happen
like
now.
in a heart touching way. Get ready to feel and learn and grow. So thanks again. Last check on the chat holler. Really appreciate it. Thanks everybody and bye. Yeah!
That was perfect timing on the ending there.
Thanks, YouTube. Bye. Oh, there's the button. I was like, I don't even know where the button is to make it stop. And that's going away.